Hey, this is Brandon with Coastal Woodworking and Concrete Design, and today we're going to be building an epoxy table for a client out on the island. The client had seen a table online that they liked and came to us and said, well, can you build this? To which we replied,
I could do this all day.
So let's get started. Of course, we start by flattening out the slabs we'll be using for the table. After we get through that, we will then have to fill in all of the voids in the slabs with epoxy. Now, we spoke to the customer before we filled in these voids, and they requested that we used black epoxy, which we thought was a great choice as well. Now let's talk about the next few frames you're about to see, specifically why it looks like we missed a chunk of video going into them. Even more specifically, the fact that we didn't film the building of the epoxy mold or the part where we sat with the client and let them pick out the shape and layout of the table. Rest assured, we filmed it, we just don't know where it is.
Hey! You idiot!
Start over.
Anyway, moving on. Here we are cleaning out the mold by blowing out the dirt that may be stuck inside and then applying a mold release agent, which will help us remove the table after it dries. Lastly, we're securing the slabs inside the mold so they don't move or shift during the pour.
All right, so we're getting our epoxy pour started today. We're going to be using liquid glass. That's a super clear product. And for pigmenting this product, we're actually going to be using Supercolors. Supercolors is actually owned by Liquid Glass, and it's the pigment that's designed to go with this product. For the pearl agent, we're going to be using Pearl-Ex. Pearl-Ex is going to give us a real nice depth to it. You know, these products, we all picked this up off of Cam from Blacktail Studios. We really appreciate him going and putting all the information he does out there. We're going to be doing this pour in 3 separate pours today. We're going to be doing a 3-gallon pour, a 3-gallon pour, and a 1.5 gallon pour. And that's going to all go together. It's all going to go in our mold. Everything's already set up. We've already done our mold release agent. We've already got everything rigged up. Now, it's just ready to get it started.
Okay, so it's time to pour. First things first, we need to coat the edges of the slabs before we do the pour. We do this to assure a good bond from the epoxy to the slabs. After we get done, let us pour. And what we're doing here is using a torch to pop the bubbles. You don't want to leave any bubbles when you are pouring. It'll cause a nightmare later in the build if you do so. So as we pour, we take time to hit it with the torch so we can assure a solid and full pour with no bubbles. Now, we didn't have to, but we went ahead and did this table in 2 pours. One would have been fine, but to be safe with our fluctuating temperatures in South Texas, we wanted to make sure that everything was tight, bonded, and dried right. So, day 2, we scuff up our previous pour and make for good contact and a good adhesion by doing so. When you're done scuffing it up, you need to make sure to blow out all the remaining dust as well as wipe it out with a high percentage alcohol. In this case, we use 91%. This makes the surface clean and doesn't leave a residue. Once again, let us pour.
Sipping Hennessy, President of Sweet, looking like a young Barack Obama. Skipping to the beat, giving hella heat. I'ma need a seat just to count up all these dots and commas. I think it's evident I'm the better man, I'm the jam. I'ma have you crushing like a 4-wheel monster. Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Baby, baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor, I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. The lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
What we are doing here is routing out the insets for the C channels that we had specially built just for this project. We just built a little template to follow with our router. If you're interested in how we made this jig, please comment below, and if there's enough interest, I'll make a separate video showing you specifically how to do it.
Jewelry on me, I wear my shades inside cause I go blind just looking down. Walking like the man, sipping Chardonnay on the balcony, looking like a young Elvis Presley. I've been overseas, I've been underneath, I ain't never seen nothing like the prison 12 o'clock. I don't know nobody looking like that, I don't know nobody looking like that. I don't know nobody looking like that, I don't know nobody looking like that. Baby, baby,
and now he's saying,
won't you listen to
and
me?
saying,
I got that flavor,
and saying.
I know you're dying to feed.
Did I mention we have to sing?
Just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool. Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this?
For the top coat, we're using Rubio Monocoat. This product is available on Amazon and has some quirks in its application. If you'd like to see a video on different ways to apply it, please comment below and we'll make a video specifically on it if we get enough interest. Now what you don't see here is the final top coat for which we used Black Forest. It's an actual ceramic coating that comes with a base coat and a top coat. Once applied, your table is protected more than you're ever going to need. Now let's get this thing delivered.
Learning the hard way, but your scars don't define you. Now your scars don't define you. All of it comes down to this one thing. All that you have is this one moment right in front of you. Feel it in your body, let out what makes your heart beat. Believe the truth, your time is
Well, there you have it. Our first epoxy table on Padre Island. I can only imagine we will be doing a lot more. Until next time, my name is Brandon, and we are Coastal Woodworking and Concrete Design. Cheers.